Hi, my loves. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I really hope that you're having a beautiful and an amazing day. So you guys, this is a timeless collective reading for all signs. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for your continued love and support. I really do appreciate it. As you guys know, if you've been following my channel, I have been under the weather, sick, but also just going through what I would consider as like an ascension flu for about a week now. But I've had a lot of very, very powerful downloads to come. I've been under a very severe spiritual attack. I have to be completely honest, and I'm choosing now, because of the throat chakra activation that's happening, to speak out about it. I won't go into much detail, but a lot of the things that have been coming up in the readings, guys, I've experienced them. I've experienced them in the past, but I've been experiencing them at present as well. Just a lot of different freak accidents and things happening. So I wanted to just first start by saying that this magician card here, I've had this deck for about 3 years, and this magician card is tore in half a few days ago. I have a picture that I'm going to upload, but I did a reading the other day when this happened, because it came in so strongly about this situation that is happening with a lot of the rituals and everything else that have been taking place with the full moon in Leo energy. The video was over an hour long. Okay, it was a very, very, very powerful message, and in that video I was talking about a lot of ways to actually try and protect yourself when you are under a spiritual attack. It was one of those videos where I just took some time out to kind of chat, be transparent, but it was a very deep message. And when I went to upload the video, after like the first 11 minutes, the video was pretty much like corrupt. I am 100% certain that there was an entity in that video. I could hear it. I can hear with my spiritual, I could hear it. If I uploaded the video, a lot of you will be able to hear it as well. But the file is pretty much just corrupt. That has probably not happened to me in 2 or 3 years of uploading, but I've had a lot of technical difficulties as of lately. A lot of readings, it's like I haven't been able to upload them or put them out. So there's definitely something that's trying to block this forward movement, this ascension, or just the blessings that are to come. There's a very, very powerful past life download that I'm receiving that has a lot to do with people's current life right now. So I'm just gonna get into it. Honestly, like I'm just like picking up these downloads, so I really don't need the cards. Many of you guys, you've been under a major attack, and it has a lot to do with some type of union. Myself personally, like I've been without internet for a week. Okay. When I tell you I've been completely off the grid, and this was something that God did. I've had a reading before talking about being in spiritual witness protection. There's been a lot of injustices done to many of us who are beings of love and light. But what has been revealed to me is that many of us have a lot of unfinished business. You may look over your life and realize, just as I've done, that your life now is not a projection of the energies that you're putting out. Meaning you're doing things that are good, that are great, that are fair, that are just, and yet you're still coming up with a lot of karmic situations. I feel like this has a lot to do, honestly, you guys, with things that have happened in past lives. I've been speaking so much for the last few months about us releasing ourselves from friends and family and different groups and organizations. The number of people nowadays who are participating in sacrifices, you guys, it's no joke. This is a lot of past life energy, though, that is being cleared out. There was once times where, of course, sacrificial practices and all of this stuff, it was considered, it was normal. Some of us, what I'm getting is you and or someone that you are connected to or about to connect with were either born into or sworn into some type of organization. A lot of people keep hearing about like this Queen of Pentacles or these different people coming up in these readings, who most of them are elders. And this is saying that you pretty much have probably been a part of, been in like a contractual agreement, and it really I'm very, very close to God. It really takes you to get into, your prayer, your meditation, get into the word, whatever works for you. Because I know everyone has different beliefs. For you to really see what's happening though. But for some of us, you could have always been the one who was chosen, always been the person of love and light. But it's actually very possible that, like I said, you could have been born into or sworn into a family, or for some, you were in some type of organization. You could have worked for an organization. And I am getting more of like a religious group here. This could have been a cult or whatever. Many people have had a life where your life has been dictated by some type of contractual agreement that you were in a past life that could have opened you up to some type of entity or some type of darkness. I've been seeing this firsthand myself, and I know a lot of you guys who resonate with me, you probably experiencing the same thing. Maybe you haven't been able to put everything together. You could find that every single time, like I speak a lot about the generational hexes and curses. Whenever you're meant to experience love or a financial breakthrough, there is something that is robbing you of that. Many of you in this lifetime now, you're still running from some type of unfinished business that you have from a past life. So like I said, you were born into or sworn into some type of organization that may not have been good. Maybe you were the one that spoke out, which makes sense why a lot of us are dealing with, the third chakra, the higher chakras like throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown chakra activations, because these energies now, because the veil is completely gone pretty much, they're coming in and they're trying to make us work in darkness. Okay, you could have been, like I said, you could have made a contractual agreement and been a part of a group or organization. They want you to use your gifts for something that is not good. And by you choosing your life purpose to move in a different direction, you're constantly being attacked. Many of you could have left some type of organizational agreement in the past life because of love. You could have left a really angry, disgruntled spouse and chose to run away with the love of your life, or you could have left your family and chose. So a lot of people, maybe you come from a royal family or whatever you may want to say or call it, but these contracts are still open. And that is the reason why now for many of us in our 3D realities, we're constantly going through periods where we are suffering and you can't understand why. It's because of something in a past life, a contract that is still open. So if you're doing a lot of cleansing and cutting and clearing and you're like, well, I still don't understand, it's because you have not released yourself from that contractual agreement. A lot of us, our minds only think about people that we see in our 3D reality now, but many people who are chosen, you're a very ancient and wise soul. It goes far beyond that. You have to think outside of the box. This is not only about you cutting cords with your ex. No, some of us have been in covenants, contracts, pacts, agreements, partnerships. You've taken oaths and vows to be a part of certain things that have opened you up to portals and entities that feel as though they have claim and ownership over you. What I was seeing is a lot of people, it's almost like, and it doesn't matter, race, background, creed, or any of that, but it's almost like being like a runaway slave, where in your life right now, you feel like you're always running because maybe you did escape for some type of, like a hell, like a slave, you escaped, but you never got your freedom papers. So, it's like, now what you're needing to do is pretty much cut ties or renounce some type of contract that you have spiritually. This is not physical, you guys. This is a battle against entities and principalities. Now, this is not about just people, but you have people in your life who are a part of that same karmic contract that you need to release yourself from. So you have people, because it's past life, but in its past, but it's current as well. It's happening currently, but it's all connected to your past life. And these people that are currently in your life or from your past that you've released yourself from already, they're connected to that group or that organization from a past life. Some of you, there's portals that have been opened where there is now an entity that feels like it needs or it wants to feed off of your energy. And it's constantly trying to break you down so that you will come back. It's like like I said, like a runaway slave. That's the best analogy I can think of. It's like that slave master is going to keep on like sending the dogs out to hunt you until they can come get you back, even if they bring you back just to kill you. Okay? This is a situation where it's like if you run away to freedom for whatever, because you wanted to learn to read, write, fall in love, or whatever. You need your freedom paper so that you can live freely. There's a contract that you have, like I said, sworn into or born into. And what I'm really getting is a lot of people who are coming into union with feminines and masculines, where one of you, if this is about a counterpart connection, one of you was sworn into an organization. You took part in working or being a part of a group, a cult, clan, organization, or whatever. But you could be connected with somebody who was just born into some type of toxic karmic family. And the two of you could have chosen to be together, right? And so what is happening now is one of you has a family and one of you has like some type of possibly like religious cult or organization, and they're trying to get both of you to come back. This is the reason why these unions are constantly being attacked. Because you and this person, you have like this contract, a soul contract that's a part of your life purpose, where you're supposed to be choosing true divine love to co-create with one another and with God, with spirit. That's what you're supposed to be doing. But they're like, no, you should be using your gifts for evil. Or you have like, certain families, even if it was like let's say a royal family, they're like, well, you shouldn't date or be with this person because they're not a part of your caste and creed. So this is why now people who want to be in interracial relationships, same-sex relationships, or just dating people who aren't your usual type and expectations, this is the reason why there's such a huge like attack on certain type of unions, because people are not choosing partners anymore, or they shouldn't be, only because of what the human eyes in the 3D can see. People are choosing partners based on their actual soul contract and mission. And that may not look like what you're used to. So these are family hexes, curses, and things like that. But it's deeper. It goes back to past life, where, like I said, there's unfinished business elsewhere in your past life. A lot of us, we talk about, oh, I'm chosen, and you think only about the love and light. But let me say this, everybody has a shadow, and you don't know until you really tap in what your shadow did in a past life. And oftentimes you can figure out, it's 4:44 right now, you're protected. You can figure out what you could have been a part of in a past life by looking at the karmic people in your life now. See, a lot of people, you're constantly being attacked by narcissists now. It's possible that in a past life, you were the martyr. You could have been narcissistic in a past life, and you could have indulged in the same things that they did. Or you could have been just as you are now, perhaps an extreme empath, but you never ever stood up for yourself. Now that you're standing up for yourself, you're creating boundaries, you're trying to get yourself away from things, and you're choosing love. This is why the enemy is fighting against you so much. Okay? So, this is a time where you have to get deep in prayer, and you have to let God know that you do not want to be associated with anything from your past life, anything related to your ancestors or anyone, because many people are paying karmic debts for the sins, the iniquities, the unhealthy choices, the unhealthy soul ties and agreements, the pacts, the covenants, and everything else of our own foremothers and forefathers. That's why I tell people now, be careful when getting into spirituality, what you're opening yourself up to, even when it comes to your own ancestors. And I know a lot of people don't like for me to say this, but you don't know all of your ancestors, and all of them do not have the same agenda as you do. All of them do not support you. Okay? So just know who and what you serve, because we're going into a time now, like I said, where there's absolutely no veil. If you're serving things that can open you up to a lot of darkness, because you don't know what is attached to who and what you are idolizing and serving, it can put you in a world of trouble. I don't know why, but God has just kind of had me in a space now where it's like, I have not turned a TV on. Like I said, I haven't had Wi-Fi. I haven't been really uploading. I haven't been watching tarot. Nothing. Like, I've been clearing stuff out of my home. Like, I've gotten rid of gifts and presents that people have sent me because my energy has become so sensitive that it's like for me to see something or touch it, I can tell automatically it's not a vibrational match for me. And if it's not, like, I cannot tiptoe around it, and I just cannot afford to be tainted or tarnished at this point. And some of you are going to have to protect yourself much more than what you have been, because the energies that are lurking around you guys, it's intense. It's a lot. Okay. And some people you're connected to, people who, you know, you want to be in friendship or fellowship with friends, family, even lovers. If they have not done the work to figure out that they're here for a higher purpose and they need to also do that, you know, shadow work and healing to get rid of old, like to shift out of these old paradigms, you're going to constantly clash with them. But you have to make the decision. Just like I said, like, I'm thinking it's almost like Harriet Tubman, like if for me to free all of those who are in bondage, I cannot get stuck by the one person that's crying and whining who doesn't want to do the work. You cannot keep trying to pull people along with you who just don't want to do the work, because the enemy can smell fear. If you're not willing to submit and to surrender to your mission, your purpose that God has given you, and you keep yourself tied to people who do not want to do better for themselves, you're going to fall. You're going to fall quicker than them because you actually know better. Let's just get into a few cards. I hope that helps somebody. A lot of my messages lately, you guys, I've just been receiving them without cards. Honestly, I mean, I'll use cards from time to time, but I've kind of been thinking about just doing more channel messages without them. We have blossoming abundance and victory. My apologies for the glare. You guys, like I'm just in a different space. Walking away, it just came out. So yeah, you're walking away. It's required that you or somebody walk away, or that you renounce your ties to these groups, these friends, these families, and even these past life contractual agreements that you have. Some of you guys, if you're not familiar with it, but it's very popular, especially like with people who practice like voodoo, or in the African culture, or even like Caribbean, what they call spiritual spouses, where you've been married to someone perhaps in the spirit, and this person, they could be an incubus, succubus, Jezebel type of spirit, a marine spirit, things like that. Sometimes you're in covenant, you're in some kind of covenant, pact, or agreement with this person who could actually be, for some people, some type of entity. It's almost impossible for you now to go into holy matrimony with an actual lover, because spiritually you are being seen as married. Some people, a lot of divine beings keep saying, well, why aren't I married? It's not because, oh, God wants you to suffer. In the spirit, you are being seen as married. You're married in the spirit to something that is probably of a much lower frequency and vibration. It could even be something demonic or some type of entity. And they're very, very jealous. They do not want to let you go. So every single time you go to get into a relationship or connection with somebody else, here in the actual 3D that you can live abundantly with, your life is being attacked. This is why I've been saying too, be very careful of who and what you listen to. Even in tarot, some people will tell you, you need to keep waiting on this person to come back. And I'm not saying that a person can't come back, that you can have a relationship with, but be very careful of who you're letting into your life, especially who you allow to return. Because some of these people are housing entities that are connected to those lower energies that you were once connected to in a past life, when you were sworn into or born into something that has cursed you to a life of suffering. Just be mindful. Because I have a reading and I have not uploaded it just yet, but some of you have a person from your past. Let me tell you, this person in a past life and in this current lifetime, this person has done so much stuff behind the scenes to ruin and sabotage your life. And they are coming back because they're trying with all of the trickery, all of the hoodoo, voodoo, the spell work, black magic that they can do to get you to join into this covenant, this contract, this pact or agreement, or to make this vow with them once again. You guys be careful of who you're eating with, drinking with, sleeping with. These people have hidden agendas, and they're coming to you with all of this mirror magic, spell work, heavy black magic and spell work, to the point that while you're doing basic things, you don't even realize that these people are trying to trap you into some type of agreement. They're coming into your dreams. You guys need to look up spiritual spouses, because I see a lot of times in tarot, when people talk about twin flames, they're really picking up on the energy of these spiritual spouses who are here to literally rob, steal, kill, and destroy, and make sure that you are never in an actual partnership with anybody. So you're going to have to be discerning for yourself to know and understand what you're picking up on and what you're actually inviting into your life. Because there's something here, in order for you to have victory and blossoming abundance, you're being forced to walk away from something here. Something could be significant about March 27th and March 28th. The world. So now we have 27, 28, and then 29 here. So this right here shows that something, here's the number 3. 27, 28, 29, and 3. Some of you need to do an Esther fast, a 3-day Esther fast. You've been tested, tried, and to be found as true, you need to break something here. I have a reading where I was literally reading about Esther on that reading. You can look it up on my channel. If I remember, I'll try and pin it or post it. But some of you, 27, 28, 29, before you enter the month of March, you need to cleanse and clear. You may need to consider doing some type of fast, but you need to renounce yourself from some type of contractual agreement that has been made, that has most likely tied you into a commitment or a partnership with a group, a family, a friend, and for some of you, even a spouse that is actually holding you back. It may be good for the 27th, the 28th, and the 29th of this month could be significant, but you need to do this before you go into March. The Lunar New Year is coming up, where there's going to be a lot of blossoming abundance for you here in 2023. And before you go into this, in order to have this breakthrough, you're going to have to actually pray and fast and get yourself out of something. You guys need to do some serious cleanup work. Let go. Like I said, the sentimental feelings about stuff, you're going to have to let that go. And you're going to have to see people for who and what they truly are. It doesn't matter if it's your friend, your family member, your lover. If they carry a low vibrational demonic spirit, you're going to have to walk away. Being stuck in indecision is not going to work for you. You're going to have to decide that you want this type of abundance for your life. And that comes with a sacrifice. Yeah, the garden and the gate. A lot of you have victory, success, rewards, recognition, love, partnership. You have a lot of great things staring right at you, but you're not looking back at it. Or you're staring at it, but you're still being stuck in this indecisive type of energy here. Now we have 27, 28, 29, and 30. Something here is lining up perfectly for you. By March 8th, 37, 30, look at this, 37, 38, and 39. That's crazy. And then here you have card number 20. This is this entity, envy. This is this entity, this group, this organization that is constantly like tracking you, hacking, monitoring. So like I said, a lot of things, we see it here in the 3D, but it's to show you what's happening in the spirit realm. A lot of you don't realize that now that the veil is gone, what you're looking at in your reality is you're actually in the spirit realm. But you're not discerning and able to decipher that you're shape-shifting energetically from 3D to 5D, probably all throughout the day. It's not only happening in your dreams. There's certain things that you're entering into. Sometimes joining a certain company, taking a certain job, choosing to be friends with a person, in a relationship, or to sleep with a person, whatever. It's connecting you to things that is inviting these energies and entities in that are attacking you because they're feeding off of you. But you have here envy with man holding a coin, door to value, and the healer of ages. And then here you have hostilities. And look at this, attachment and then the sixth chakra and the first chakra. So let me tell you, this is exactly what I'm saying. A lot of you here, you're staring at a new life, and for some, even a partnership. Do you see the spiritual awakening that's happening here? You have the third chakra, the fourth chakra, the fifth chakra. And then here you have the sixth chakra and the first chakra. All of your chakras are on fire. And these people here, this entity, for many of you, this friend, family member, or lover from a past life that's showing up energetically here in this lifetime, this entity for many of you is being housed by someone that's in your life now. This energy, this entity for many of you is extremely envious because you have this man holding a coin, door to value, second chakra. You have somebody that's coming into your life who is a divine counterpart, could be a man or a woman. Okay, this person is a healer of the ages. They could be for sure an earth angel, some type of galactic being. Take it however it resonates, whatever title you may want to give to them. But you have so much envy. You're fighting this war right now because of this cornucopia. The cornucopia and the sun and the door to spirit. Oh my God, yin and yang here. But look, strategy is in the reverse. The plans of the enemy will backfire and continue to not be able to work against you if you come into the awareness. A lot of you are still lacking awareness. A lot of you are still giving situations and people the benefit of doubt. And the angel of, here's the angel of balance and the angel of strength. There's a huge breakthrough coming through when it comes to a lot of people's love life, your partnership here. You're being appreciated for the path that you've decided to take in life, which is for you to choose love. So yes, you will be rewarded with this man holding a heart. For many of you, this man holding a heart could be a man or a woman. But this shadow of yours, this darkness, this covenant pact agreement that you have from a past life or a past lover, friend, family member, or whomever, it's constantly trying to work against you. There's somebody here that does not have good intentions for you, that is working very hard to make sure that you're all tied up. They want you to remain tied up in this karmic contract so that you cannot actually have this happy family. You have a man or a woman who's thinking about having this family with you to co-create, but you're going to have to get rid of this shadow aspect of yourself, this entity that's following you. There's an entity that's following you due to the fact that you have been born into or sworn into some type of covenant or cult or clan or organization or something. And this, like I said, you could have in a past life knowingly or unknowingly been a part of this. What I keep seeing energetically is for sure, it's like you could have been sworn. It's two people here. It's a feminine and a masculine. Both of you left something very, very dark and toxic behind to choose one another. The closer that you get to this union, the harder this spiritual warfare and these attacks are going to be until you choose to release yourself completely from anything from your past or anything from your past life that attaches you to the kingdom of darkness. So it's like now, you know, it's nothing wrong with you and another person being very different, but you need to know, as far as morals, values, their moral compass, where does that stand? Because for one thing, I hear people, a lot of times people say now, well, marriage is just like a business. That's true to some point and degree, but when it comes to what you and a person want, you have to make sure your morals and values line up. Every person wants to have financial security, stability, and independence. But how you are willing to get money, you need to make sure it's lined up with the way somebody else is willing to get money, and that you're willing to accept everything that comes with it. A lot of you people are trying to get you in these contractual agreements where they are willing to give you things, but in return, for you to get whatever they're giving, you have to pretty much give them your soul. And they're trying to trick you into these contracts. Oh, you know, if we're together, then you'll never have to worry about anything. Yeah, but you will forever be the light one that's cleaning up all of their dirty work. Some of you don't know the intentions that are behind these people because they're wearing a mask. Some of these people are actually coming to you as demonic entities that have been assigned to you from a past life to track you down in this lifetime. message in a bottle. Your angels are trying to communicate with you. A lot of you are experiencing these upgrades and this ascension now because of the chaos and conflict. I always tell you, nobody really gains wisdom without trauma and pain. You're learning how to protect yourself because you probably are learning now that all that glitters is not gold. You've had people around you who are putting you in these situations, a fork in the road, stalemate situations, who you're looking at as soulmates. They're causing stalemates because these people are housing entities. These entities are here to collect something from you. They're trying to bring you back to whatever you were sworn into or born into. You're going to have to really, really work hard to remove yourself from these groups and these friends and these family members. The warnings are around you, as above, so below. What you're seeing happening in your life right now is happening in the spirit too, but it's dating back to a past life. Imagine here. Something here you're needing to look closely at. It says here, no place like home. A lot of you have gotten very far away from home, and it's saying here, it's time for you to go to the sea, to your new life. Many of you are going to have to understand that you're going to have to leave your job, your friends, your family, your parents, a lot of things that you think that you like or that you love, for you to pursue what God truly has for you. Because what you're in pursuit of right now is your why, and your why is your purpose. Your why is your purpose and your passion. Who or what are you doing this life for? I just heard, those of you who listen to like Sarah Jakes Roberts, I just heard her say, you have to be willing to turn your scars into seeds, to plant, let your scars plant seeds for God to water, so that your children's and generations to come, they don't have to go through the suffering. If you are that bloodline generational curse breaker, then you need to understand that there's a lot of things that have happened in your past life, as well as just throughout your ancestry and your generations, that if you do not want to continue living, paying the karmic debts of that, you're going to have to free yourself from it. And I'm not just talking about physically, I mean spiritually. This is spiritual business that you are needing to tend to, because cutting everybody off, I know even for myself, to go in hermit mode, there's nobody calling, nobody texting. So it's like you have to ask yourself, why am I constantly being attacked? It goes beyond here in the 3D. It goes back past lives, ancestral things. It's much bigger than what you see on the surface. But for you to have peace, you're going to have to do it by the book. Like I said, a lot of people, you're like a runaway slave. To do this by the book, you have to get out of that contract. You're going to have to revisit the terms, and the conditions said that you was locked in for life. For you to get out of this, to have a new life, you're going to have to do it by the book, meaning you have to go back and confront that. I've talked about that. You're going to have to go to hell, knock on the door, and ask to speak to the devil himself and say, listen, I can't come down here with you anymore. I'm not in any type of contractual agreements, partnerships, no oaths, no vows with anything associated with hell. I don't belong down here. I'm not coming back. Like, don't send me any mail. I'm forwarding my address. You got to do it by the book, though. And Spirit is saying it's time to go. You have to renounce yourself from whatever this contract is from a past life. This is very spiritual, you guys. Very. Milk and honey, come to the edge. You're going to have to be confident. If you want that pot of gold and that rainbow, you're going to have to know that something here was fated. There's no need for you to be mad or upset. A lot of you, well, I'm tired of fighting. Okay, well, now here I am. I'm trying to give you a message. Or you can connect with God, pray, fast, or whatever you need to do. Something here was fated. This was fated to happen. You can't be mad at the journey and the process, because you wouldn't have ever understood or known that the reason why you've had to fight this way was because of what happened in your past life or with your ancestors. You need to know this so that you can heal your bloodline, your family, create something better for your life, and also be able to help other people. Your test, trials, and tribulations are there for your testimony, and it is your testimony that will change and help other people. And this is what the enemy does not want you to do. What you are sent here to do, it causes chaos and conflict, and you feel like it's a never-ending story. But God is saying, no, you're meant to co-create with me to bring justice, and of course, to actually exchange your gifts. You're supposed to be sharing your gifts with the world. whatever it is. And to be fair, your justice is you will be happy. You will be blessed, but you can no longer be in between worlds. God says, clean this up. Clean it up. It's time to go. And everything happens for a reason. And there's a deep knowing here. If you get deep in thought and meditation and stop thinking about the past and focus on what's here and now and allow spirit to give you a leg up, you will go to Treasure Island. And your Treasure Island, look at this. For some of you, it's soulmates. For some of you, it's a twin flame. Soulmates, Loyal Heart, and Treasure Island. You are meant to have love, but the only way that you can get to love is if you get away from these friends and family who are trying to look within your soul to find a light that they do not have. This is because of the contract from a past life. Some of you have friends and family, they were all a part of some type of dark organization that you were either sworn into or born into in a past life. So maybe if you're spiritual, you have a bunch of religious people around you and they're throwing all of this hatred at you. But their time is up. TikTok, and look, Spirit is saying, this is not for you. This organization was not for you then. It's not for you now. But you're going to have to stand up for yourself. If you're around a bunch of people who are broken and superficial or whatever the case may be, why are you still trying to mend those people? Why are you still trying to fix them? You don't have to be the martyr. Fix the people who actually want to be fixed and healed and helped. These people, they just want to suck your energy so that they can continue doing what they're doing. You're going to have to be flexible. It's going to take time for you to build these blocks, but there's a change in the wind coming that's going to bring about a regeneration. So you may be feeling left out in the cold right now or rejected. This is Spirit saying it's time to take a breather here. Take a nap. But there is a serious action about to be taken. For many of you, especially if you're divine feminine and you're waiting on a masculine to enter your life or re-enter your life, there's a higher power that's going to be bringing, look, a yin and yang together, a feminine and a masculine. Something here has been going around and around, over and over. It's a never-ending story, but Spirit is saying here, this is like chopped wood. Just keep doing what you're doing, but apply the information that you're receiving here. Get rid of these old contracts. Come to the edge, because there is an unfinished symphony here that's going to go the distance. But for you to go the distance with a particular person, or even in your life, if you're not interested in being with somebody, you first are going to have to tie up the loose ends of this unfinished symphony from a past life. You can't be a runaway slave out here without your freedom papers. You need your freedom papers. So when it's time for you to go and get your groceries and open up your business and have your kids or whatever, you need your papers. I feel like in a past life, you just got the heck out of Dodge, like you just ran away and ran off into the sunset, possibly in love with somebody. Well, now in this lifetime, they're saying, I understand that you ran away from the karmic situations, but this time you need to get your freedom papers. You don't need to just be running around out here without your papers. You know, it's for some of you, if you think about this in the 3D, it's like if even legal situations, you need to do something here by the book. You need to stop going into relationships with people and they're still legally married. No, get the divorce. Get the divorce and then you pursue the relationship. Don't entertain the third party. Get the divorce and then get in the relationship. Move out with that person and then pursue somebody else. If you have bankruptcy or financial issues, get your credit together and then you go out and you do stuff. Like, it's just time for people to do stuff by the book. But spirit, you can no longer be a spiritual runaway slave. Because these people, they're hunting you down because they look at you like you're their property. They're hunting you down once again, trying to bring you back because they have something that they want you to do. They want you to pretty much heal them, help them, cover up their lies and their deceit. They want your energy to transmute all of their bad energy. But they're not going to offer you anything. You will be a slave to this matrix if you don't get out now. So, you guys, like I said, I feel so bad that that reading that I did, that it that reading literally had like an insight. I mean, I thought about uploading it, but literally it's only like 10 minutes of it, which some of the stuff I said in that reading, I just said now. I repeat it. But everything happens for a reason. That's another thing, you guys. Don't do anything right now. Don't force anything. Just flow. If you have to force entry somewhere where access has been denied, it's really not for you, because the things that God has for us now, the doors are opening without any type of forced entry. These different demonic entities and energies, they're trying to force entry into your energy. Don't try to do the same thing. If something is not working, if you're feeling left out in the cold, rejected or whatever right now, it's probably for your own protection. I just thought, let me just pull a few of these evil eye cards. I really don't even want to focus on the evil eye stuff, because everybody knows that they're being spiritually attacked. Like, this is a serious warfare that we're going through right now, because with the full moon in Leo, so many things are being exposed about the things that people have done for fame and fortune behind the scenes. And they're very angry at the light ones because they want you to reach to go in and protect them and get them out of their mess. And a lot of us are not doing that. Look at this. It says, when shit hits the fan, this person will be ghost. Yeah. Some of you are going to find a lot of people, they're not going to be coming around you. Black tourmaline, some people say. It helps to clear and repel negative energy from the body, the home, and work environment, and assists the user in feeling more grounded and peaceful. So you may want to get you some black tourmaline. Energy vampire, excessively demanding of your attention and emotional support. This is an attack, like I said, from a bunch of narcissists. People who want to drain your energy. And these people, honestly, especially those of us who are highly sensitive empaths, what they want is for you to be a part of these groups, these families, these work environments and situations, because they want you to be the black tourmaline. They want you to sit there and absorb all of their bad energy so that you can transmute it and allow them to still be agents of the devil in their kingdom of darkness while you transmute all of their bad energy. That's the only reason why they want you around. They don't want you around because they love you, they care about you, or they adore you. I had to explain this to a friend of mine. If you find yourself sitting at a table with a bunch of people and everybody is eating while you're starving, stop being people's flunky. They're not putting you in a position to win because you're putting them in a position to win with your energy. See the situation for what it is. A lot of people don't realize, because they're looking at status, that you're not of a low vibration. Some of the people who have the least amount of money are some of the most powerful, most wise people walking this earth. But if you find yourself in groups of people where everybody else around you is doing well and you're not, you need to assess and evaluate their situation. You could be these people's, their protection. They're sucking they're using all of they're harvesting your energy for them to have blessings and abundance while you suffer. You are a prisoner. These people are keeping a lot of good people as slaves. You're narcissistic supply. That's it. Causing you to feel tired and fatigued. They secretly keep tabs on your every move. Yeah, these people want to know everything about you because they are so afraid that you're going to get out of their reach, out of their grasp. Envious of the career and the money that you make. Business, right? For a lot of you, this is in the workplace or just somebody who has a serious problem with you making money. It says they can't stand your grind and your hustle. Causing you car problems, flat tires, engine shutdown, dead battery, broken mirrors, dents and scratches. So they're trying to affect these people that if you have a job, they don't want you to get to work. They want you to have every single inconvenience that you could possibly imagine. They want your money to suffer. They want you to have issues with your car. They want you to have health issues. It says here, unexplained body welts, bruises, and scratches. So this could be different things trying to attack you in your sleep. Listen, causing house issues, leaky roof, crack walls, heat, cold systems, electric wiring, plumbing, pipes bursting, broken windows, squeaky. So these people, they're sending all kinds of stuff. Look, annoying phone calls, texts from unknown numbers. These people, they want to literally, they're coming to rob, steal, kill, and destroy. They're angry. And I told you guys a few weeks ago, I said one of the biggest spiritual attacks is coming, and they're going to bring out the heaviest hitters. It says the person causing you negativity is an air sign. So this could be a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. It does not have to be in their sun sign. It could be anywhere in their chart. But it definitely could be heavily aspected, especially rising sign, north node, south node, anything. Beware of anyone new entering your life. Glamour magic. Someone here is a feminine hater. This could be a man here. This could be like a group of men who are part of like a group, a cult, an organization of men who are, you know, hating on divine feminines. People here trying to cause a lot of illusions, causing you to lose your appetite. Beware of anyone from the past wanting to enter back into your life. Yeah, and blocking your solar plexus, causing you to feel lightheaded with severe headaches and migraines. Block sacral chakra, block solar plexus. Here's a solar plexus right here, a different deck. So that's your creativity. That's your willpower. That's you tapping into that life force energy, having that warrior spirit. Somebody wants you to be on your hands and knees begging and pleading, like I said, like a runaway slave. These people will beat you down and will drag you back to the big house only to still kill you. Your life, you mean nothing to these people. So stop entertaining them and get to the root of why they're even in your life. They're attaching to you in the 3D reality because of something that is attached to you spiritually. Always going against you by arguing their point, never considerate of your point of view. And it says here, own worst enemy. It says you cause most of your problems or most of the bad things that happen to yourself. That card is kind of harsh. But this is saying, stop giving people the benefit of doubt. Stop thinking that, oh no, they wouldn't do that to me. Yes, they are doing it to you. People are judging you for your family, your background, your culture. We have the person doing this is a water sign, spreading rumors about you. So you have a water sign and an air sign out here, or someone who has heavy water and air in their chart. Competition, always trying to one up you, causing you hot and cold body flesh. So a lot of, like I said, people trying to cause sickness and illness, but for many people, you're fighting back. Your system is fighting this off, this spiritual attack, and it's causing you now to just have an ascension. Somebody here who is just, they're tricky. They're jealous of whatever kind of attention that you receive or anything. But this goes back to in your past life. Let's say if you left some type of cult, clan, or organization, or you could have been married to somebody that was a part of something like this, or your family could have been a part of an organization and maybe you didn't agree with it and you left to live your life. They're angry with you and they're like, well, how dare you? It's also because, like for myself or other readers or people who have platforms, when you're out and you're speaking about this, they're like, well, how dare you speak about the shameful things that we do in the dark? And you're carrying guilt and shame and feeling bad because at one point you were a part of it. Even if you didn't agree to it, you still were a part of it. You know, like sworn into it or born into it. I'm definitely not saying that you did something bad, but it's like being guilty by association. That's what it's like, being guilty by association. You were associated with this group, this cult, this clan, organization, this family, these friends, this lover, this spouse from a past life or whatever. You're guilty by association. So now whatever their karmic debts are your karmic debts. That's why you need to be really careful of anyone new entering your life or from the past who carries a lot of karmic baggage. Because they're trying to get you to enter a contract with them where you will be there to transmute and fight off all of the things that they come to your doorstep with that's not your business. I see a lot of terrorists. Oh, this person's coming back. Okay, well, now they're coming back with kids, legal issues, diseases, and all kinds of stuff. They're coming back because they want you to fix it. They want you to transmute the energy and heal them. No, a lot of these people, you need to take these devils off your prayer list and let them go through their karma. And stop being the one that's going to sign up to take on their karma. It's not your karma. It's not fair. And too many people are allowing this darkness into their life without understanding that's not your karmic debt. Even the karmic debts of your ancestors, your foremothers, forefathers, your parents and grandparents, that's not your debt. You are a person of high honor. Walk in that path and knowing that. You don't have to keep fighting everybody else's battles. Let them go through their karma. You have to go through yours. Family room. A lot of you, this has everything to do with your family, and there's about to be major changes in your family because you are chosen to be a person of high honor. Look at this. Great fortune, courtship. A lot of you, gift. You have great things coming, and people are concerned about you becoming this privileged lady because you're about to go into a union with an official person, and that's just that. People have been watching, hacking, stalking, and spying. They already know they cannot stop you. You've done a lot of work. Look at there, the lovers. And here's the community, the group, the organization, the entity, the friends, the family. Here's this matriarch of the family, okay? Or the hoodoo voodoo lady that's at a distance somewhere that's working super hard to make sure that you don't get on your pathway. But what did I say before? Get your freedom papers. Courthouse, get your freedom papers. Get your divorce. If you're a person and you have issues with child support or anything, put yourself on child support if you need to. Speaking to the man especially. Get the paperwork or whatever documentation, whatever it is that you need for you to be able to live a peaceful and a free life so that these people will stop watching you, hacking you, stalking you, and trying to act as if you are their property. You are not anybody's property. You are God's child, and you need to just clean up house right now. Because spiritually, that's what this is. This is people trying to keep you bound and stuck. For some people, they're blackmailing you. There's a lot of people who are being blackmailed. People are even blackmailing spirituals like, oh, they're mad because you have a certain gift and you can see things. So they think that if they threaten you, it's going to stop you from talking. No, you cannot stop a person from being in their divine purpose, for using their divine gifts. You are the golden child. Never forget that. And people want to just constantly, they want you in poverty. These elders, a lot of them, they're concerned now about what you do for work. They're up thinking about how can they steal from you, hoping that it'll bring them some type of sudden wealth. A lot of these people, they want to be wealthy because they're in despair. They can't get anything now because you've already removed some of your energy, but the contract is still there. So it's just like a slave. You're not there on the plantation to chop the crops anymore, but you're still their property. They still feel like they have ownership over you. Until you can produce freedom papers, they still own you. You need to be free and clear. You need to ask God to make sure that you are sovereign and free, to renounce any contracts that you have to any kingdoms of darkness that you may have been born into or sworn into knowingly or unknowingly. But this magician here that's been behind all of this, they're off. This magician, you can see here, it's like off with their head. Whatever they thought they were doing, midway, just like how this card is split in half, midway, they have been detached from all of their resources and their tools that they were using to do this work against you. So something here has already worked in your favor, but you need to do the remainder of the work of you cleansing, clearing, cutting, or whatever that you need to do. Remember, I mentioned about the 27th through the 29th. This is something that you got. It's something here serious about you doing this before March. Clean your house, do a detox, cleanse your body, clean out your phone, clean out your laptop, get rid of some of your friends and your family. Like, just let it all go, because it's pissing me off. I mean, it is, because it's just unfair, because I see what people are doing. They're really trying hard to put their karma on you. It's like some people in your life, if you're choosing even not to deal with them, they're like, well, since you won't deal with me, I tell you what, since you won't come back to me, I'm just going to make your life a living hell. And I'm also going to pin all of my karma to you as well. So some of you guys will even notice that you're going through situations and it looks a lot like past situations, or it's the same situations that your friends, family members, or lovers have gone through. That's because these people, they are working on you energetically somehow and spiritually. They're trying to get you to absorb all of their bad karma and energy because they know you have the strength to hold it. These people are weak. They're cowards. They're hiding behind things, and they've been tiptoeing and running. I tell y'all, they like using cheat codes and trying to use a buddy pass to walk around the spirit realm and be protected by you. You need to take your buddy pass back. They can't get a free pass to the pearling gates that you're going through. If they belong in hell, they need to go to hell and stay there. Because when you told them how to get out, they didn't want to leave. They was having fun. So let them stay down there and have fun. Confirmation. Yeah, this is like final warning. This is the final straw. I have my shaman healing cards here. Pull a few of these and then I'm really going to be done. I hope that this really helps somebody. Let me know how this resonates in the comments. Self-love is here. Card number 41. Feminine energy. Yeah, you guys are really going to have to heal yourselves too. And there is some kind of perception here. You could be, some people are angry because of something that has happened also with a feminine energy. For some of you, a lot of this stuff is because of a feminine energy who could be in your bloodline or in your ancestry or something like that. That has somehow gotten you caught up in a situation. If it's not you, this could be a feminine energy that like a male counterpart or masculine counterpart of yours is dealing with. It's like there's a energy here of a feminine who I feel like didn't really love themselves. This, you know what this is giving me right now? This is like separate. Some of you have been pretty much like, some of you in your bloodline, if it's not you, it's someone that you're connected to. They could have had a feminine, a very distorted feminine, because the karmic energy keeps coming up. A very distorted feminine energy who lacked a lot of self-love. That person could have started working with lower level energies, entities that could have even gotten into spell work or something like that. And they could have somehow hexed or cursed like your entire bloodline. And that's where a lot of this suffering is coming from. And here is anger. Somebody here was very angry because of a lack of self-love. And they could have started doing rituals, sacrifices, and other stuff. This could have been in a past life or in ancient like times, deep somewhere in your past life, or Akashic records where this could have happened. But for some of you, it could have just been a few generations ago. And somebody's perception of yin and yang energy, of feminine and masculine energy, is very much off because of their lack of self-love. And something that they could have done in the darkness, it could have gotten you sworn into some type of covenant or contract of something dark that you were never supposed to be in. So like I said, this is carrying debt from foremothers and forefathers that have nothing to do with you. And here we have it. It's time for you to let go and go on your own inner journey. And here is the masculine energy. So we have feminine and masculine energy. This is two counterparts who must leave the nest for them to have a new beginning. You're going to have to leave your family, your friends, these groups, these organizations, or whatever, in order for you to have changes in your life that will actually turn into having real peace, happiness, and joy. Because somebody has somebody in their family. And I feel like, obviously, if you're talking about like counterparts being a twin soul, you two have very similar experiences. So you both have probably had a feminine and or a masculine in your life, in a past life, or in your family lineage somewhere that was probably participating in some really dark stuff. And you were born into or sworn into something that you didn't want to be a part of. I don't watch the TV show, but I've seen the previews, and I think it's called like BMF, Black Mafia family. Like a person that like born into a mafia family, you're born into that. It's like you're automatically sworn into it by birth because that's your family, that's your blood. You know what I'm saying? So some of you have been born, or either you or your person or both of you have been born into something that was dark, and it's being concealed. You know, you're around these people and they seem normal, but you may notice that you're the black sheep in your family. It's because your whole family is karmic. Like they're attached to some kind of demonic entity, and because you're a part of that family and their same blood is pumping through you, you're in a contract. So now that this entity is coming to feed and to pretty much rob, steal, kill, and destroy, you're the one that's being targeted because you're the one with the light. So at the end of the day, it's like you're being offered up, but you're being sacrificed by these groups, friends, and family because you're the light being. And many of you are just now waking up and realizing like, oh, I really don't belong here. No, you don't belong there. So get out and get your freedom papers on the way out. Okay. I love you guys. Please go within. Y'all can tell I'm like really fired up about this because I've been quiet. It's just been me and the Lord, and he has given me a lot of messages, and I don't even know how to get all of them out because every time I try to put a message like this out, something happens. That has never happened in all the history of me recording, other than when it's a very, very serious, like spiritual attack and heavy warfare like this. But I hope to get the message out to the right people. Be mindful, you guys. A lot of the readings right now, because of the things that are being exposed, I can see deep behind the veil. You're going to have some good readings, and then you're going to have some that's going to be super negative. But everybody is at different places on their timeline of their journey. Some people need clarity about what's happening from a past life, what happened last year, 10 years ago. It's different for everybody. So please just, bear with me and other readers as we channel the energy. I can't control what comes out. But to me, this reading here, it should really encourage you and empower you to know that you are truly divine. You're truly chosen. You are fighting a really good fight for something. But just go and make sure you get your freedom papers. Tie up those loose ends. Let go of the things that don't serve you. But really try to get closer to God to figure out not just what's happening, but where is it coming from and what do you need to do to separate yourself? Because at this point, most of you have separated yourself physically from things, but spiritually, you're still connected. And the only thing I can think of is when people speak of renouncing and denouncing. So you can look that up, or if you're into the Bible, get into the Bible, do your cord cutting, some type of protection, cleansing ritual. Everybody does different things, but figure out what's best for you. But some of you, a 3-day cleanse, fast, or detox, it may serve you. And there was something significant about the 27th, the 28th, and the 29th in trying to cleanse yourself before you move into the month of March. Okay. I hope this helps. I love you guys all very much. Go within so that you never go without. And remember, what breaks the heart will typically fix your vision. All right. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.